Okay, I don't know what's going on. Daniel Ryan must have done a live stream. All of a sudden, I saw this live stream thingamajiggy. Let's see here. You're probably saying, what the heck is going on here tonight? Well, let's see if I can get this thing going here. So I'm in the shed. I'm just kind of relaxing upstairs. And I get a notification on YouTube that there's a spontaneous 12 a.m. live stream. I don't even know what it's all about. And so this is just, I guess it's just going to be a couple minutes. I don't know how long it'll be, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Maybe it won't be long at all. I'm a lot of you might be new. We've had a lot of new people come on board, and a lot of people have jumped in to the Protinker live streams, and we have evolved, and you know, I guess I'm just going to tell you the story, the history again. Some of you might have heard this story before, but you know, sometimes it's kind of just fun to just reminisce and just think where we came from. Just now it's going to be going on 4 years. I remember Ryan came in here in this shed. So I got this shed back in 2020. My sister was selling houses, and she knew that we needed a bigger house because we had just had our 6th child, Catherine, December 23rd, 1999. My wife was in the hospital, and she didn't, because she had a C-section for Catherine, and so we needed a house, and I was in Spain with Grant wasn't with us at the time. I was with somebody else in Spain, and I got a call from Kathy, and she said, hey, Susan found a house for us in Wayne, and it's got a huge shed. Now, my shed, we lived in Bowling Green at the trailer park, and my shed, I had taken an 8x10 shed and built another one right next to it. So I had a 20x8 shed, and I totally insulated it, heated it, electricity, and it was basically my little Shangri-La, my little workshop. But it was 8x10 or 8x20, okay? And thank you for coming on board, everybody. And at 12 a.m., I can't believe people are up at 12 a.m., but, and we moved out here, we drove out here, and I saw this building, and I said to my sister, is this the shed? And I walked into this shed, and I fell in love with it. I said, I could do anything I want in here. I could Literally, all my dreams could be fulfilled in this building. And so that's how the shed got started. And it's evolved. I've had lots of different projects I've started in here. And so right here in this shed back in 2019, I think it was September, Ryan came to me, Bryan, that's you. He's snoring. Oh, wonderful. And Ryan said, do you mind if I open a website, Protinkertoys website? Because Pro Tinker has been popular in Northwest Ohio. I mean, I had Professor Tinker's workshop, and I said, no, I don't care, but I can't hire. I mean, you can do the website, and we'll just see where it goes. And that was September of 2019. And we launched it. You know, there was not much fanfare. You know, we had very few customers. I mean, barely nothing, really. And I've told the story. You know, I went to Florida with Bill IMAX. Bill, I can never pronounce his name. Gladio, I can't pronounce his name. I never could. And I was selling rubber band guns for Dan, and we went to Florida, and I've told the story that's where I bought my first big assortment from Auto World. Craig called me and said, "Hey Bryan, I've got, 1,250 silver screens. Would you want to buy them?" I said, "Well, how much?" And that was like a $7,000 purchase. I basically just put it on I said, "Can you give me 60 days?" And he gave me 60 days. And then January of 2020, I've told the story many times. I went to 4 trade shows, and I came back, and right over there, that's where the old shipping table used to be, right there. Right there is where the old shipping table, right there where the track is. And that's where I just started shipping, and I started doing videos, and that's how Adam started watching again, because Adam was watching me back in 2008 when I was selling SCX. And I've always loved slot cars because, and I've said this, I remember sitting in my apartment near Franklin Park Mall. We were poor. My mom was poor. We had no money, and I don't know how but I learned to just, whatever I could do to make money, I made money. And I started playing slot cars, and it was just so fun, and tinkering and building, and it was just something fun to do. And then you jump to 2004. I met Irwin Toy, and he had SCX, or Scale Electric, and that evolved, and then we started doing all the. I then was out of it. I was selling cars in Fostoria at Graf Auto Mall, and I got a call, and Bob Haynes loved me very much, respected me, thought I was a good salesman, and SCX needed somebody to really sell SCX in the U.S. and they hired me, and I did that from 2008 really until 2018 or 2016, when SCX kind of, Aduca dropped the line, and so everything's evolved, and I was thinking about that a couple days ago. I was thinking about it today, actually. I was thinking about it today because I bought like 10 new, Chuck hired me in 2008, right, exactly. No, actually 2007. Well, no, they officially hired me in the Richter show in Chicago, and they told me to go buy an HHR, and so I went and bought an HHR and decked it up with um, SCX logos and all that kind of stuff. And then I started traveling the country, visiting hobby stores all over the country, and seeing my sons get into this is really exciting. Daniel is very excited. You know, he and Ryan. Ryan is great at behind the scenes. Okay, he's kind of like me in the way of personnel. I'm not. I'm terrible with people. I'm just. I'm not very good at uh, dealing with employees. I'm not the greatest. I'll admit. And I said I'm not a great manager. I just can sell. I just know how to make a sale. You know. And thanks for coming on board, people. I'm just kind of giving, you know, it's midnight, and I'm just, Ryan had this live stream. I was upstairs in my cigar room. I just finished my last cigar for the night, and I was going to go to bed. And all of a sudden, this thing came up on YouTube. It says live stream at, actually on my watch. It came up live stream in 20 minutes. I'm thinking, what live stream? It's 20. I thought maybe Daniel was going to do a live stream. Well, Daniel's excited. Okay, he's excited, and he is great with people. He's a people person. He can handle the employees. Okay, and thank you very much for buying the pre-orders. I'm going to get to that in a minute. And so, you know, it just took off in 2020. It literally exploded, and there's enough people in this country, just in this country, to sustain many more retailers and consumers and buyers that could get into slot cars. And that's what I'm seeing is that, you know, so you know, I'm going to be all over the place. So, you know, when I saw that Ninko sets, I bought these Ninko sets because people love Ninko. They love Ninko sets. And it's a good match with SCX and Scale Electric. And so when Daniel gets back here, there's going to be some really, and I'm kind of nervous about this because I'm not. When I started going on the road back in 2008 and especially in 2000, you know, I was 40 years old. I was 40. I was 39 when I started with Irwin Toy. 38 when I started with Irwin Toy. And so, you know, I was energized. I mean, Ryan's age. I mean, basically 4 years younger than or older than Ryan, really, right now. And but everything that's happened over the last 4 years is really a miracle in a sense. And I really want to say that what we did 3 weeks ago and how our customers really supported us in a way that is really impossible because I was listening yesterday and tonight about the economy and how that January sales, okay, were down. January sales for retail was down all over the country. Just terrible. But my customers, our customers, came together, and in less than 2 weeks, we sold, and we sold literally $100,000 worth of products in 2 weeks. Okay, which is really a miracle in itself. Okay, I mean, that was just absolutely unheard of, and it really is a contribute to you, the customers. Okay, I'm like early this morning. I mean, it was a terrible morning this morning, and I got on. I was watching the live stream later, a couple hours ago, and I was watching myself come up there and say, "Yes, I'm just an old cranky old man." Okay, which, you know, in a sense, you know, I'm not the greatest in emotions. Like, okay, so tonight, you know, David has a problem. Okay, I don't even want to go into it, but he has a problem with. I don't know how to say this without embarrassing him. He's got a problem after he goes number two. Okay, that he doesn't clean it up all the way. Okay, and it's a problem. And so I'm just freaking out, David. I'm going to get you diapers again if you can't get this under control. It's just like, but I left early today. I left like at noon. And I told Kathy, I said, I'm taking David and Frankie, and we're just going to go spend the day. And we got out of here about 1 o'clock. We went to where did we go have lunch? We went to the new Mexican place in Bowling Green, and then I got some new glasses. I actually got a new pair of glasses, and they're going to look just like these glasses right here. So next week, you're going to see me wearing these glasses that look just like this guy right here, okay? They're going to look just like that, okay? They're round. David said to me, he said, Dad, those are ugly. I go, David, and I showed him this car. I said, they look just like these. He go, oh my gosh, they are. You're going to look just like this guy. I go, yes. And then we kind of went around and we went to Sam's and Walmart and Costco and we just had fun together, both of us. And I truly love David and Frankie. I love all my kids, but it is so exciting to have two young kids again. And I love spending time with them. I want them to know that they have a dad that really loves them, okay, and that wants to spend time with them. And I want to spend time with them. I want to spend all the time I can with them, okay, especially Mason and Cameron. Now I invoked the 37 law last night, and Manny said, no, you can't take them out tonight. They got something. And I said, okay, fine. And because I'm 65. I have about 20 years to, good evening, Bryan. Good evening, Chucky B. To give them my perspective and to give them something they can remember 20, 30 years from now. My fondest times as a kid, especially 10, 12-year-old, was I would go on the weekend or in the summer, I would spend the summer with my grandfather, Ralph. I just loved the guy. He was just a typical down-to-the-earth guy. He'd always have a snub cigar in his mouth. And my Uncle Dallas, he was my grandmother's brother. And he would help at the farm because my grandfather had a small stroke. And so a light stroke. And he, was kind of paralyzed a little bit. And so Dallas was a golfer and just a great guy, just an awesome guy, just to hang around with, learned a lot of stuff from him. And I just have so many fond memories of those two guys. And I want those times to be great times with my kids. And it's the same thing with you guys too. I mean, we've got Derek and we got Adam. I mean, I could list all you guys, okay? And so it's building that connection, okay? That is my fondest memories, and building that connection with customers, okay? And the only way you can do, and it's really kind of funny, is this right here, YouTube, okay? I mean, this is reaching all over the world. So people are going to see this all over the world, okay? And we are constantly getting new people into this. I mean, I'm getting people that like Steve last night auction. He phoned the auction in, and now some people are upset with this auction, on the phone. Well, hey guys, that's the evolution. Some people don't have computers. All they have is a TV screen, and they have to bid on something. Well, they can't bid it if they don't have a phone, and that's the only way they can do it is to call in. And Steve been watching for 5 years. He's been watching 5 years, and he finally bid on that auction. Okay, making a connection is the greatest joy of my life right now, is making connections with people. And when Daniel gets back here, okay, I'm going to be hitting the road a lot more than I have now. And I'm going to be visiting uh, dealers, hobby stores. I'm going to be visiting customers. They want to show me their layouts. I want to show their layouts and get more people into this hobby and expand this hobby so extensively that uh, it is going to explode. Okay. Now that means a lot of time on the road, and and I think it's going to be fun. I think if I can put in time for David and Frankie to come on some of these road trips with us, that could is going to be a lot of fun too. Um, we are really building a community, which better put me on that list. Oh, I am. I'm going to visit every one of you guys. So anyone that's got a layout, when I drive to Vegas to do ASD or Nurse's show, I'm going to be doing a road trip, and I'll be visiting as many people as I can. Okay, and to build this up even more. Okay, it just there are so many people that want to get into this, you know. And like last night, race night was awesome last night. Silent Mike, we're looking at bringing Silent Mike into the company, and because he's got a great idea with decals, and we want to fund his printing production, and so where he can print decals and expand that, maybe get into 3D printing. So there's so many things that can happen in this. There's no limit, okay? And I've always said that, if you don't pursue your dreams, and this is what I'm doing. I mean, I'm just pursuing my dreams. I'm pursuing all the dreams that I've wanted to do, okay? I'm doing them, okay? Because you only live once, okay? And sharing this with you guys, is really exciting. I mean, it's quite an exhilarating experience that doing a live stream, and you're getting all these people joining in, okay, from all over the country, is quite exciting. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And there's so many things I want to do that I have to kind of sometimes take back. And I know Daniel is very excited about coming back and wanting to run the business here, because that's what he is. He wants to run the store, and I was on the phone with him this morning, and I was just yelling and screaming at him. I told him, I said, I can't handle this anymore. That we've what was his name? Daniel Payne or something. We've screwed his order up 4 times. Thinking, how can we keep screwing this order up every time? And then Snyder, I screwed up his cars and sent them to Daniel Payne, and so we had to reship the cars to John Snyder, and it's just. But see, we are a mom and pop operation. We are not an Amazon, and I think you know that. I mean, we hand pack everything, and when you hand pack an order and you're doing a live stream, that's not the greatest combination, is to do a live stream and to make sure your packing is correct. But there's one thing that everybody, and I think everybody understands this, is that we'll make it right for you. That's all I have to say, is that we will make it right for you. I had a guy, ordered a Victory 400. He didn't like it. He didn't open it. He said, I want to get the Super International. So we brought it in, and we sent him out a Super International, and he never opened the Victory 400 or the Victory 400. There's just so many things that this is going to be an exciting year this year, especially later in the year, because the Nurse's show is in September, late in September, early October, and so I would probably hit the road like the 1st of September. That's my goal, is to hit the road 1st September, drive out to Las Vegas, and hit as many of you people as I possibly can. Okay, and I'm going to put them in my Garmin, so that when I hit the Garmin, it's gonna send me to the next person. Okay, and if you're on that list, and I will, we're gonna be letting this know that, okay, so Bryan is going on a road trip. I'll be doing live streams, driving, and there's gonna be just a lot of things happening uh, uh, later this year. Okay, and which is really exciting. And I'm excited about. I'm going to stop it everywhere, guys. Everywhere. Now, can I do it all this year? I don't know, but Mesa, Arizona. I mean, everywhere. That on the way from. So just to give you an idea, so when I did my road trip to Las Vegas, normally the nurses show was normally in May, last week in April, and so I would leave the first week in April, and I would leave Ohio. I'd go down 75 and fit all the hobby stores in Ohio, as many as I could. I got into Kentucky. As I went across Kentucky and Tennessee, I'd visit all the hobby towns, all the hobby stores I could possibly visit. And then I'd come across, and so it'd take me 3 weeks to get to Las Vegas. Okay, 3 weeks visiting hobby stores, as many as I could. I'd hit Texas. Oh my gosh, that was ordeal. And then I would get into Arizona. I'd visit all the hobby stores in Phoenix. And now a lot of them are gone, but there's a lot of new ones and a lot of new ideas. There are a lot of new customers. And then I'd get into Vegas and I'd do the nurses show. And then I would go into California. I'd go up to Oregon, Washington. I'd come across Montana. And then I'd hit the northern states, and I'd come back through Ohio. That was my normal road trip for the West. And then usually in May or June, July, and August, I would kind of pop into Michigan, Tennessee, all the tri-states within Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and Pennsylvania. And then in June, we would go normally to my wife's in Connecticut, and I would cover all the hobby stores in June in Connecticut. So that's what our plan is. That's our goal, okay? And because I don't see an end in this, and that's what's so exciting is that there are so many things that are going to happen. And we got our 3 new exclusives out. And a lot of people don't like these exclusives at all. Oh my gosh. And I keep telling people, okay, 2 of the 3 exclusives have my logo on it, Protinkertoys.com. The third one did not. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. But, the 2 of those exclusives, the Cougar and the Dick Landy, those came out like 3 years ago. Back in 2020, okay, and a lot of you guys weren't buying back then. A lot of people, and they couldn't get those cars, and I was selling them all the time. We sold out of the Dick Landy immediately from that set, and then I broke them up, and the sets were gone. No more of the Dick Landy. They were gone. And same thing with the Cougar. Now the Cougar's in the Transamerica set, but it's in a different packaging. So. And then they came out with another assortment later on, and those are gone. I sold out of those immediately. And I thought to myself, okay, well, now, there's a lot of people that still want those cars, okay? And I'll just bundle those because, again, Craig wanted to do a run. And I only needed to buy $750 of each car, which is, if you understand, it's really nothing. But I think by the end of the Cincinnati or the Cleveland show, I have a feeling they're all going to be gone, honestly. And the Cleveland show is if there is any way that you can get to the Cleveland show this year in April, you need to be at that show. It's going to be really big. It is going to be pretty exciting. And Greg called me 2 days ago and talking about, he wants to do this and this. And I said, yeah, let's, I hope that the SC, I'm excited about SCX. Now that's another investment. That's another $20,000, $30,000 that I have to shell out to to bring in SCX, but we're going to do a pre-order. We're going to, when we get those samples upstairs, I'm going to build the biggest SCX digital layout you've ever seen. And you're going to see my passion for SCX digital. Now, obviously, I know that there is Carrera people out there. I get that. And I know Scalextric people out there. I get that. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange upstairs, and I'm going to try to do 3 different tables. One for SCX, one for Carrera, and one for Scalextric. I'm just going to do 3 different basic layouts, okay, and just then transfer from one to, and we're gonna be getting more into 132nd, because I know there's a lot of people that love 132nd. I get that. I understand that. Okay. And there's a lot of people that just want HO. I understand that too. Okay. I wish you guys could understand this, that I was hired in 2007. I mean, this is what Chuck Arrett said to Bob Haynes back in 2006 Nurse Richter show in Chicago. How do we get sales up in the US? How do we do it? How do we get our sales up in the US with SCX? And Bob Haynes said to Craig Arrett, said, number one, you need to find Bryan Young, and you need him to buy him a van and get him on the road. And that's what they did. And I was selling so much SCX, I even went to dealers and said, listen, if you sell me all your Carrera, I can't believe I did this, and it happened to 3 stores. If you sell me all your Carrera, we will send you that amount of product in SCX. You just swap it out. And we did that to like 4 dealers. And we sold so many digital sets, it was sickening. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. Okay. And so the excitement of SCX digital, okay, is really kind of exciting. And you're going to see that. And obviously, you know, I've got people that invested in Carrera. I understand that. And I'm not taking away from you guys. We just got a bunch of new Carrera cars. We're going to be going over those on Monday again. So there's a lot of things that are going to be happening over the next 6 months. Daniel's coming back. That's going to be some excitement. That's going to relieve a lot of pressures from me. We're gonna hire Mike more often. Mike is really excited. I love being around with Mike. Mike is fun to be around. Yesterday he just had a blast racing last night, and that's exciting. I'm excited about that. You got Gravedigger was here last night. That was exciting, you know. And there's just a lot of excitement, and doing this for the customers is exciting. You know, we found out that SCX, you know, we can do 1,500 cars, and we can do exclusives. I want to do a CUDA, a black CUDA with yellow flames. I'm sorry, I do. And if you don't like that, maybe just say, no, I don't like that, Bryan. I don't like a black CUDA with yellow flames. But, you know, they're open to doing exclusives like that. And so, you know, that's going to open doors, okay, to other cars. And you can have a 132nd and an HO track too, okay? Here's one thing that I was excited about back in 2007 when they sent me the first SCX digital set. It was because I was setting it up in the living room in our house, and I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, you can run 6 cars and switch lanes and pass people. I just like, wait a minute, that's totally revolutionary. And when I would go to the Chicago show on the consumer days on Saturdays and Sundays, and I would have kids 20 and 30 deep, wanting to race on my NASCAR track that was an oval, 4 lanes, okay, and 6 NASCARs at the same time with 6 kids running at the same time, switching lanes. Unbelievable. And I finally told them, because they were crashing all the time, I finally told them, listen, if you crash, you go to the end of the line. Well, then I had to change that because, okay, you could do like 10 laps. Because they would learn not to crash. Because they wanted to keep on racing. Because they're passing cars. And it was just, you could feel the energy from them having fun racing, okay? And that's the same thing here. Last night it was a great race, okay? And it's exciting, you know? And I just want to say really thank you to everybody that supports Protinkertoys.com. We are, we're not getting rich right now. We're in a growth spirit. I mean, we're growing, okay? We are investing every penny back into the company, which what you have to do. You have to invest back into what you're creating so you can expand it. And you know, so when you're buying this new assortment that we have, it's just investing in our. You're basically an investor, really. That's what you are. You're basically an investor, you know, that you're investing in our company, okay? And we're taking that money to invest in other things, like for example the new El Camino coming out at Christmas time on New Year's. I would not doubt that on New Year's Eve this year, that El Camino will just sell out completely. It will sell out within 20 minutes, like the Blurple did, and like the Black Bel Air. Okay. Now I could be wrong, but you know, that's what could happen. Okay. But I do want to thank everybody that has contributed and supported us and backed us. I love everybody that comments and calls and goes through my fits of rage and my anger and my cranky old attitude. So, you know, so there's a lot of things that are happening, okay? And it's exciting where we come from 3 years ago. I mean, I'm driving by, you know, I'm taking a bunch of, you guys remember what this place looked like when we had all the product in here? Everything was in here. Everything was in here. Get off my porch. Get off my porch. What porch? I'm not on your porch yet. Wait till I come to your porch. Okay. And we moved everything to the bank. And, you know, we want to reorganize the bank. There's just a lot of fun things happening. Now, am I tired right now? Yeah, I'm tired. I could go to sleep right now if I. But I wanted to do this live stream, just kind of a quiet, just like almost have a background of a fireplace, you know, fireside chat. All of a sudden my wood pellet stove turned off. It was on, but it's a little not chill. It's about 55 in here when at night. I don't turn it up at night. Okay, so Clint Talbot is tired. He's sneezing again, or he's Zing again. Hey Bryan, we are here for you. Well, we appreciate that. I appreciate that, Chris. I do. That's why I appreciate everybody that watches, everybody that supports us. Make sure that you pack your swimsuit when you head west and hit Mesa. Oh, I will, because I'm sure you have a pool, and I'll go swimming. Later, Clint. But see, that's the thing that people are going to... When I was traveling the country back in 2008, everybody wanted me to stop at their house. I was going to absolute strangers, okay, with kids, living in their houses. They were showing me their layouts. And I'm just like, okay, oh, a pool and a hot tub. Well, that's even better, Chucky B. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. I mean, just a lot of fun. Um, Now, break out the European Speedo. That's right. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to get me a Speedo. Okay. And she said, no, Bryan, don't do that. Don't wear a Speedo. So that's what's going to happen over the next 6 months. Okay. A lot of things are going to change. Um, yes, Chick-fil-A a lot. And Texas Roadhouse is going to be a lot. Um, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of excitement. We're going to build slot cars. We're just going to keep building the momentum because there are so many guys that are 45 now, almost 50 to 70-year-olds that just they want to get something. They want to do something different with their grandkids, and they're doing it in slot cars. I mean, what else could you do with your kids and have fun with them, and it's exciting for you? That's in slot cars, okay? That's why I bought the Ninko sets. You know, I didn't need to buy the Ninko sets, okay? But you know what? We have so many people that, and I sold one today. I sold a Ninko set today. Guy drove from Toledo and came down and got his Ninko set. All right? We got the Professor Motors hand throttles. Those are going to be up by, hopefully by Monday. I should have those up tomorrow. I was going to do those tomorrow afternoon. Just the tip of the iceberg. That's right. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Because I've said this, and it probably bores you guys. I've said this a million times, and I'll say it a million times. That there are 320 million Americans. Okay, there are 70 million, I think, males. Okay, if we had just 1% of 1% of 70 million males getting into slot cars, that's all I need. It's just 1% of 1%. Okay, we have 31 people watching live stream right now. Can you imagine if 100, 200, 300 people are watching a live stream and me talking like this, just babbling like a drunken sailor? So I just kind of wanted to just kind of talk and just tell you kind of what's on my mind. And thank you guys. Really, thank you. I just can't say thank you enough. I really can't. If you really understood what you guys did over the last 2-3 weeks, I mean, think about it. So on Thursday, I want to recap because this is really funny on Thursday. And you should watch the video 3 weeks ago on Thursday. You know, so I get here and I order a chicken sandwich at Country Farmhouse. I eat that chicken sandwich, and then all of a sudden I feel sick. I'm doing a live stream, and I just vomit everywhere. And then I'm as sick as a dog, and I come back and go to bed, and I wake up and I come back to this email that I get from Auto World thinking that the world was going to end. And Daniel and Ryan and I we had a brainstorm, and it was really a miracle. I'm sorry, I hate to bring that up over and over, but it was just amazing. You need to do another perfect pour of Coke with a perfect ice cube. That's right. Maybe I should do that, okay? I don't have any ice cubes out here. I have a Coke, but I don't want to have a Coke. It's 12:45, okay? I'll go to 1 o'clock and then I'm gonna go to bed. But I had a wonderful time with David and Frankie today. I had just a blast. And now they're both fighting because Frankie would never want to sit in the front seat because I always pick on him when they sit in the front seat. And Frankie'd always want to sit in the back seat. He didn't want to get picked on. Well, now he wants to be in the front seat because he wants me to pick on him. Okay. And David now they're fighting. So every time we stopped, they had to switch seats. And so they're fighting who's going to be in the front seat, so whose dad's going to beat up, okay? Because I kind of pick on them when they're in their front seat. And but I had a fun time. I had just a great time. Let's see. When do you want me to send the pizza and soda? What pizza and soda? What pizza and soda are you talking about? What? Okay, Chris Kendall. Where do you want me to send the pizza and soda? Well, you could send it anytime you want. I don't need a pizza now. So we put out a big email blast today about our exclusives, the 3-car exclusives, and I just would ask that you just, and I don't beg because I don't need to beg. You guys have done more than you. I think they're a great deal. They're 3 cars. I think oh yeah, for lunch. Yeah, but see, there's only one good pizza. I mean, if you wanted to, or there's a pizza. It's called Pizzanella's in Bowling Green. So if you want to order a Pizzanella's pizza in Bowling Green at like 12 o'clock, order it. I would go pick it up. Okay, it's called Pizzanella's. It's on Main Street in Bowling Green. They're the best pizza. My friend Greg and I through high school would eat that pizza all the time. And it's the best pizza. Matter of fact, they had one here in Gibsonburg, but because of Bidenomics, they closed because they couldn't get any employees anymore. And that's sad, But so they're not open anymore. And that was a quick way of getting a pizza. It's actually the same distance to that Pizzanella's and the one in Bowling Green. But it takes about 20 minutes to get there and back. And they have Coke and everything, so you could call them and order it and then call me and say, Bryan, it's going to be ready in 30 minutes, and I could go get it and then bring it. If you wanted to do that, I'm just letting you know that's the option for Monday's lunch. Oh my gosh. But anyways, the 3 exclusives, that had a big email blast. I just would appreciate you buying one set of those just so you have them. Put them together as a package and display them. We're going to be taking them to New Jersey, or to Highland and New Jersey and the Cleveland show. That's going to be our big release. And I'll tell you right now, people are going to want that. They're going to want that Biff car. They can't call it the Biff car, but it's the Ford. They've only done that once, and that was in that set, the Back to the Future set. And that's the only way you can get it. Matter of fact, I'll go get that set real quick. Hold on. I know everybody wants to buy this set. I bought, back in 2017, I bought about 100 of these sets. And this is the last one I have, the Back to the Future set. And this comes with the DeLorean and the Biff car. They wrapped up. So I don't even want to take this out of the plastic because then it will show that it's been opened. So I'm gonna leave this Biff car in the package, but this will be in a blister pack. You've seen it at the store. And then the DeLorean is also in this set. And that's the last set. I have one set left. One of these days I'm gonna auction that off. Now this is great live. No streaming and a peaceful conversation. I'm telling you, the live streams during the day are very hectic and very chaotic sometimes, I will admit. I just can't believe 34 people are watching at 12:45 a.m. But is it scripted? Well, no, it's not scripted, okay? So just remember, everything that you see on my live stream, I don't have a guy over here telling me what to say, okay? I am just all by myself in my shed, my little Shangri-La. We call this Shangri-La. And we've had a lot of fun over the last 3 years. Tim came on board, and he didn't want to take the jab. And so he wanted a job, and I hired him. And you know, I think what happened with Tim is that you just can't live with your brother. It's just plain and simple. You know, he was coming here on 3 days a week, going back home 3 days, driving every time. That was just too much. You know, you couldn't do that forever. Was the pie in your face from Tim scripted? Yes, that was scripted. Okay, I told you 5% is scripted. So they said, "Hey, we want to do this. We want to have you just sit there, and he's going to put a pie in your face." And so yes, that was scripted. Some things we did out here with Tim was scripted. Not a lot. Like I said, 5% of the items that we did. A lot of times though, with Tim and I, we were driving. We just kind of spontaneous. It was just kind of, it would just happen. Okay. And I just think it got too much for Tim, and I don't have any animosities about it. I just, that's just the way it is. And you never know what's going to happen in the future. That could change. Um, but we're just going to have a lot of fun over the next couple. It's going to be exciting. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be exciting. Now, there's two ways I can do this, and I got to talk to Ryan about this. I could either get a van and get it graphicked with, Pro Tinker Toys all over it and really just go all out like that. Or I could get a pickup truck because I'm going to need a newer vehicle if I'm going to do these road trips. And I'm just thinking if I do a pickup truck, we're going to have a lot of fun with Danny gets. Oh yeah, Danny's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Ryan is kind of like his mom. He's got a very dry humor. Very dry. He's a great mattress seller, okay? But he doesn't really get excited. Daniel, he can get a little bit of both of and so they're really going to be great to work together. Daniel and Ryan work well together. It was funny when Daniel and Ryan were growing up. Daniel was kind of Ryan's lackey boy. He just whatever Ryan said, Daniel would just do. It was this guy. He was just kind of that's what it did. You did whatever Ryan said, and they were just a lot of fun together. And it's exciting to see my sons excited. I know Mark wants to go a different direction, and he wants to be a welder and everything. I hope that in the future and a couple of years from now that Mark will say, you know what, I want to be, see, here's what's going to happen. When Mark graduates, he's going to leave the house. He's going to get his own apartment. And I think that he's going to finally say to himself, that's a lot of fun being with my dad. He brings a lot of energy, and I want to be a part of that. And I'm hoping that happens. I'm hoping that happens with Frankie and David. And Missy, just a lot of wonderful. I couldn't be more blessed. Maybe I'm just dry right now, but I thank God every day of what He's done and the miracles that He's performed, the amazing connection that we have with our customers. That's not easy, to have a connection with your customers. And I've always said this, that I'm sure, and I always use the analogy of The Simpsons and that comic book guy in the comic book store. He's always putting his customers down, and he's always overshowing them. When customers used to come in my newsstand and I was selling comic books, I would let them be excited for me or get me excited. I would talk to them, hey, so what's happened with your character? And they would go into all there is to know about a certain character, Batman, Superman, Thor, whatever. And I'd let them get me, I wanted them to be excited, and I was excited for them. And customers love that. And you know, when I've got several customers. Mark Potnier, I think his name is. He's buying slot cars like crazy, and he's so excited. He's so excited whenever he places an order with us. Um, and That's a lot of excitement. Well, I've hit almost an hour. I wanted to do 1 hour. Um, I can't stay on all night. I think I would lose it. But uh, so let's end tonight with something special. Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's do one auction, okay? We're gonna do a 5-minute auction, okay? And I'm gonna set the timer right now for 5 minutes. We'll do 3-minute auction. All right, we're gonna do a 3-minute auction. It's gonna start at $5. Okay, we're gonna see how fast this goes in $5. All right, and we're gonna put up some cars that we are low on. Like this car here, we're sold out on. So we're gonna put this car up, and we're gonna do the Bel Airs. We're gonna do this. We're gonna start the auction right now. All right, and the bid starts at $5. Okay, so you're bidding for these 4 cars, and the auction starts right now. You have 2 minutes and 14 seconds to bid on this assortment. Okay, and then I'm going to bed. So we have $80 already. We have $80. I'm sorry, Scott. It's already at $80. We have $90. Now it's at $90. Okay, it's at $90. We have $90, and we have 1 minute and 41 seconds left. We're at $90. You get the Badman, the Bel Air red and white, the Bel Air yellow. We have $100 now, and we have this car here, which is completely sold out. We have 100. We have an online guy now. Where's my phone? It's 105. It's all 4 of them, and 3 Bel Airs and the thing. We have basically 38 seconds. It's at 120 now. 120. It. All righty. Yep. All right. All right. Yep. Yep. 120. So we're at 120. 17 seconds left. 17 seconds. 125. We're going to extend it for 1 more minute because the auctions are coming in too fast. So I'm going to stop this and do 1 more minute. So we got 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Oh, shoot. I dropped the car. 1 more minute. 1 more minute. 1 more minute. We're at 125. 125. Oh, okay. 125. I'm so tired. Okay, 125. We're at 125 for all 4 cars. 125. 125. We're at 32 seconds. We're at 32 seconds. Okay, 32 seconds, 25 seconds, 25 seconds. You get all 4 of these cars, and we're at 125. 125 at what? What? 132. We're at 132, guys. 132. 132. $132. 132. You got 3 seconds left. $132. It just sold for $132. $132. I can't write it on here because I've got my other phone on my thing here. So it just sold for $132 to Scott's. What? Yeah, Steve. Congratulations, Steve. 132. Call me on Monday, okay? Bye-bye. Yep. Thank you very much. And that's Steve, been watching for 5 years, and he just jumped into it. And so want to congratulations to Steve. He bought those 5 for $132. I better make up a ticket or I'll forget. My new tickets, my race night auction tickets are really great. And this is 001 132 for Steve, Steve. Okay, all right. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. You all now can go to bed. Now, Chucky B, it's only 10 o'clock in Arizona, so he can stay up a couple more hours. But now people that are in Arizona, not Arizona, but Oklahoma, they're an hour behind, so they're still probably have a good night. You guys, thank you so much. And I just want to do something real quick before I leave, and I hope that you understand why I'm doing this. Okay? Dear Lord, I just want to thank everybody that watches my live stream. I thank everybody. I pray that you would bless people, you would give them strength during turbulent times, that you would give them peace and understanding, God. I just pray that you would guide us, guide all my customers, and I just thank these things in Jesus' name. And I just want to thank again to all my customers for what you've done for us over the last 4 years. Thank you. God bless and good night.